Morning everybody, it's Rob, Yoga Dad. Welcome to all of you for joining me this morning for this 7th of our summer stretch fundraising challenge. I'm really grateful and honoured in fact that you're taking this 15 minutes out to join me for this short stretch session to provide that feel-good factor start to the day. Alongside that, obviously, we're raising awareness and donations for an amazing array of local charities that have been at the forefront of the COVID pandemic response over the past few months. And I've included links to the donation pages at the top of my Yoga Dad page on Facebook, both on Facebook fundraising and also local Just Giving pages if you want to donate direct to any of the 6 charities that I'm supporting. Let's get started in a second with our morning stretch. But before I do, just want to say big thanks out to all the charities, Age UK Bristol, Julian House, Keynsham Food Bank, Suicide Prevention Bristol, St Mungo's and also Off the Record Bristol for all the support they've been providing, all the sharing, posts on Twitter and that kind of thing to help really spread the word around this campaign. So I encourage you all to do the same. Okay, let's get started. So as we did yesterday, we're going to start on our backs with our feet that bit wider than the hips and just laying down on the ground, whether it's carpet, solid floor, yoga mat, whatever it is you find yourself on this morning, and just knocking the knees together. And as you do so, just settling into this space, this virtual space that we've got together for a short amount of time this morning. And just start tuning into those different sensations you're experiencing in the body. Maybe it's any aches or tension, injuries you may be carrying. Maybe it's where you find contact on the mats through the back body, all the way from the top of the head down towards the soles of the feet. Or maybe it's just reflecting upon how energized you feel for this morning's practice, this morning's stretch session, and just using that to frame how far you want to challenge and push yourself through the stretches that we go through today. I'm just taking a moment now just to focus on the breath. With our eyes closed, we can really start to deepen and turn our attention towards the breath. Each inhale and exhale, that automatic function that we so often forget about, but it's so important, that bridge between the body and the way we move, and the impact and influence that then has on the mind. And so looking to lengthen and deepen the breath to support us with our stretches, whether that's mental or physical. Now slowly open the eyes, nice soft gaze. And just bringing the knees now towards hip distance apart and just walking the feet back into hip distance as well. And we're just going to extend our legs out. Extend our arms overhead. Walk bottle out of the way. And just give ourselves a great big stretch to start the day. So really feel as though we're lengthening all the way from the fingertips, along the side body, down towards the tips of the toes. Almost as though this is the first stretch that we're doing in the morning when we get out of bed. Now just start slowly walking the feet over to one side and then the hands to the same side. We're keeping the hips in the middle. So creating a banana shape for the body along one side. And again, stretching that out all the way along the side body, along that one side of the body in particular. And maybe even turning the head, turning the feet in the same direction, just to create that perfect arc with the body. And bringing yourself back into the middle, so walking those feet and hands back into the middle again, and doing the same on the opposite side. So again, walking the feet out, hands out, keeping the hips, shoulders down towards the middle of the mats, and just taking that great big stretch again along the side body. And really feel as though you're deepening into the stretch, using the breath to create that space in the side body, And just going again as far as feels comfortable to you. Walking the feet and the hands back in towards the centre again. And now we're going to take our feet, soles of our feet up towards the sky or the ceiling. Arms in the same direction, pointing up towards the sky. And we just start slowly bending our elbows as we take our palms now framing either side of the head. Lifting them back up again. And we do the same with the feet. So taking the feet down, tapping the toes down, and then lifting the feet back up again. Do that a couple more times. Fingers down, and then feet. One more time. And just really trying to focus on keeping stable in the torso, in the upper body, where it finds contact on the mat. And then just start slowly rotating the hands and the feet in one direction and then the other. And just exploring that full range of movement that you've got available across the wrists and the ankles. And taking the fingers pointing up again, soles of the feet towards the sky. Now we're going to do a little bit of brain work here, but also engaging our abdominals. So taking a deep breath in and out, really feeling that mid-body, start cinching in, abdominals engaging, and we're going to lower one arm down behind our head and the opposite leg towards the floor. And then back up again, and we do the same on the opposite side. So it's not important how far you get the arm and the leg towards the floor. It's more important that you're feeling that work across the abdominals, the mid-body, and just maintaining that stability across the shoulders and the hips. We'll do a couple more on either side. Inhaling as we lower down, exhaling as we lift back up, and on the final side, and then back up again. And we shake our hands, our wrists, our feet, our legs out, up towards the sky, and then we take ourselves back down again. We roll ourselves over onto one side, and now we take ourselves into an all fours position. So as we did yesterday, hands out to shoulder distance apart, creating space between the shoulders and for the chest, knees below the hips. And as I said yesterday, if you need any support at all under the knees, then use a blanket, cushion, pillow, that type of thing to provide that extra support. And if it feels too strong at all for the wrists, then just easing yourself down into a forearm variation. Okay, so we'll just start by pressing down through our palms, really feeling that connection to all four corners. And then we'll inhale and lift our head up towards the sky. And exhaling chin to chest, rounding the spine up towards the ceiling or the sky above us. We tuck the tailbone under. Now we'll do the same. Just going to move myself back a bit. Do the same again, so carry on about 4 breaths. Inhaling, lift and look up. Exhaling, back down again. And just really feeling that length, space that we're creating between each vertebrae and the spine. Expansiveness across the chest with each breath in. To reach forward. And then length along the spine as we round up, tucking the tailbone under each time we breathe out. Now bringing the head back into a neutral position again. We slowly lower our hips now down towards the heels. And still keeping the hands in the same place. Okay, so extending out, lengthening now along the side body. And again, just go into a position with the hips towards the heels that feels comfortable to you. And then we'll lift ourselves back up again. So shoulders above the wrists. We'll take ourselves back. And then back up. And maybe even walk the palms that little bit further forward this time. Extend back. So feeling that little bit more length now along the side body all the way down towards the hips. And then lifting back up again, shoulders above the wrists. Now option here, you can either continue in this way, or as you lift up and look up, round your arch your spine and look up towards the ceiling. Tailbone pointing up. And then exhaling as you round back, rounding the spine back, hips towards the heels. And then back up again. Now have a play and explore the movement that works well for you. Maybe that you want to start introducing some circles, figure of eights, that type of thing as you lift up. Maybe introducing a little bit more of a back bend into this. And again, just exploring that full movement that you've got available in the body this morning. Where do you need that attention? Where do you really feel that you're storing any aches or tension in the body? And how can you move in a way to ease some of that? We often find ourselves in very fixed positions. There's so much time during the day. So this is an opportunity just to break free of that. Break free of maybe some of those bad habits that we've got. And then one more in one direction, and then the other. And then bring ourselves back up into an all fours position, so shoulders above the wrists. Okay, we're going to now take our left hand forward, so tenting our fingers towards the top of the mat, and right foot back. Okay, so that may be as far as you want to go this morning. If that feels strong on that right wrist, then just take it easy with this. Option now to lift the left hand up, thumb pointing up towards the ceiling, and at the same time lift that right foot. So pressing away with the right heel, maintaining that stability across the shoulders and the hips, and then slowly lowering down again. We'll do that twice more, inhaling to lift up, pressing away with that right heel as you reach forward with the left hand, and then once more, inhaling to lift up, and exhaling to lower down. Bring that left hand back in again, right knee up alongside the left, and we'll just take ourselves back, hips towards the heels for a moment, and just shake out the wrists. Doing quite a lot of work for us this morning. Let's just check on the time. So we just bring our hands underneath the shoulders again. We take our right hand forward this time, left foot back, pressing down through the ball of that left foot, extending, lengthening along the back of the right leg, the left leg, sorry. And then slowly start lifting the right hand up, thumb towards the ceiling, and maybe at the same time lifting that left leg. And again, checking that stability. It may feel quite different on the opposite side. And slowly lowering down. Inhaling to lift up, reaching away in either direction. Exhaling back down again. One more time. Really feeling those abdominal muscles working. So maintain that stability across the mid-body. Back down again. Bring the hands back in. Taking the left knee now alongside the right. And we'll just turn ourselves around. I'll turn myself around towards the front. And just sit in a cross-legged position. Move yourself over. Which way is it? That's it. Back towards the centre. Okay, so a comfortable cross-legged position. We'll now just take our one hand out towards the side, lifting the opposite hand up towards the sky, reaching up towards the ceiling or the sky above us, feeling that length now on the side body, and just fold across in the same direction. Maybe even looking up towards the sky, and just focusing on grounding down through that opposite hip to maximise that length all the way from the fingers down towards the opposite side of the body, towards the mat, and then tapping those hands in the centre and folding across in the opposite direction on the exhale. Lifting yourself back up. We'll twist around now. Again, doesn't matter which side. Place the opposite hand, one hand across the opposite knee. Back hand, just tented fingers behind the body. Maybe head in the same direction as the chest, otherwise over the back shoulder. Lengthening on the inhale, exhaling as we rotate. Back down towards the centre, arms back up and overhead. And rotating around in the opposite side. You're just inviting some lateral movement here for the spine. Aid our digestive system. Rid our body of any toxins. Inhaling back to centre. Arms back across the knees. And that's it for this morning. I think we've got 15 minutes. Yeah, we're just about there, time out. Thank you for joining me today. I hope you've really enjoyed this morning's 15-minute stretch session. As I said at the start, this is all about raising money and awareness. Some cracking charities. They've all launched emergency appeals. I put a post up on Facebook earlier today about that. I've now started to upload the videos onto YouTube as well. So it's on my YouTube channel, and I'll put a link up later. So if you know anyone that's not on Facebook that would really benefit from these sessions, then point them in their direction of that. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Have an awesome day, and yes, thanks again.